Hi guys, so our hip fundamentals, we are going to be covering bear sit, some hip cars, that means controlled articular rotations, 1990 stretch, then we've got a couch stretch, and then something called Cossack squats. Okay, so we're going to start with cars, hip cars. Now, this is all about trying to make sure everything in your body is tight, and we are going to just isolate one joint, in this case, your hips. So for this, we're going to start with on our all four. Shoulders are over the wrist, knees are under the hips. From here, we're going to slowly pick the heels up, keep the knees bent. We're going to reach our heel towards the roof or the sky. From there, we're going to start to turn the knee out, smooth control. We're going to start to bring that knee right the way up to our armpit and back down. Then we're going to repeat that process. Knees up to our armpits, slowly turn that out, smooth control, nice big circle from the knees and back down. Looking to the other side. Same setup. Shoulders are over the wrist, knees under the hips. We're going to bring the knees, we're going to bend the knees, heels pointed back. We're going to reach towards the roof. Now, being really careful, guys, we don't want to collapse that lower back, okay? So we want to make sure we reach up, but without coupling that with the spine, okay? So make sure you don't kind of arch your lower back. We're going to reach up, smooth control, okay? So even if it's just here, guys, the idea is to kind of bring them up, but again, making sure that we don't lean to one side. So make sure both arms are straight and that you're not favoring one side all the time. Bend, reach up, smooth control, draw the big circle from your knees and back down, reach up towards the armpit, reach back out, smooth control and back down. Now, the idea with this is to go through range of motion that you otherwise would normally, but also to kind of really make sure that you are using and in control of your body. Okay, from here we're going to go to something called a bear sit. We're going to basically sit with the legs nice and wide, knees are bent, toes are active. What that means is toes are going to be pulled back towards our shin. Fingers can be back, pointed back, pushing the ground away. We're going to slowly drop the knees towards the ground. Back up, and to the other side. Back up. It's very, very simple, but we want to make sure, again, we're tight throughout the spine. So what that means is as we kind of just drop the knees to the ground, we want to make sure the hand doesn't peel off and the shoulder doesn't peel off. So if I was to kind of look from the sides, as I go through, I want to make sure I don't collapse and lean. I want to make sure I keep everything looking straight ahead, nice and tall from the spine, and back through. Okay, try to keep the backside on the ground. Okay, really important, we keep pushing the knee towards the ground and back up. And that's our bear sit. From here, we're going to get to a 1990. Now, for this, what we're going to make sure is we want the front knee to be at 90 degrees and the back knee too. So what that means is our knees are going to be straight in line with our front hip. Okay, our heels are going to be in line with our knees and toes are going to be active. And same thing on the back. We want to make sure the knees, okay, we want to make sure the knees are in line with the hips, heels are in line with the knees. Push the ground away from us, looking straight ahead. You're going to hover that heart over your front chin. You're going to pull yourself down without collapsing from the lower back. Okay, you're going to keep pulling down, smooth control. You're going to hang out here for 10 seconds. From here, you're going to push straight into the ground and sit nice and tall. Now, you may get a cramp from the back leg. That's totally fine and normal, okay? It's just because your body's not used to it. From here, we're going to slowly look around, keeping that tall posture. We can, again, post the hands onto the ground if we need to. We're going to sit up, nice and tall. We're going to hang out here for 10 seconds. Okay, from here we want to switch the sides. We're going to go to that bear sit and to the other side. I'll face you guys. So again, same setup wise. We want to make sure the front knee is in line with the front hip, heels in line with the front knee, toes are active. Okay, so front heel, boom, nice and tall. Okay, so what we may find is you may have your weights all the way out here. So again, make sure we're not like this. We can be up here pushing into the ground. Nice and tall, push the legs into the ground. You're going to pull your chest towards the shin, but keeping that heart big, looking up, keep pushing to the hands. 10 seconds, and then we're gonna push away, sit nice and tall, really push into both legs, make sure the knee doesn't peel off. We're gonna slowly start to walk our hands behind us, nice and tall, nice and tall. 10 seconds, hands behind us, and then we're gonna go to the other side with bear sit, transfer, sit nice and tall, and so on. And that's a 1990 stretch. Now from here, we're gonna go into something called a couch stretch. So we've got a bench over here. Okay, so with this, we want to make sure, guys, that, okay, we place our hands on the ground, shins or the laces of the foot onto the bench, and then knees on the mat or the ground. Here you can put a cushion under your knees if you need to. Making sure, guys, that close to the knee to the bench or the couch or the chair, the more intense the stretch is going to be. So back it off a little bit, just where you can sort of feel it. From here, I'm going to sit up, posture up. And the main thing about here is posterior tilt. What that means is you're going to tuck your hips under you, okay? What that means, you can think about bringing your front heel and back knee together. Imagine you're going to squeeze them into this scissor shape, okay? So you're going to start to feel this through here, making sure we're nice and tall, that we're not just arched from the back, okay? So we're going to put the rib cage down. Just breathe. You're going to hold this position for X amount of time, okay? So go again to the other side. Shins on, knees set. Okay, make sure, guys, the front leg is not too close, right? Because what tends to happen is we start to get off balance. So make sure the leg is nice and wide, nice and tall. Posterior tilt, imagine you're gonna scissor your legs, nice and tall. Draw that tummy in, chest down. Again, you wanna keep active throughout the stretch. Nice. Okay, and that's that couch stretch. From here, you're gonna go to something called the Cossack squat. Now, this is mostly for adductors, okay, but starts to kind of fire the glutes at the same time. We want to make sure the legs are nice and wide. Don't worry, you're not going to do the splits, but toes are pointed forward. We're going to sit back onto our heels, nice and low. Even if you're up here, okay, hands are straight in front of you, nice and tall. Same thing again. Sit into that corner, hands are straight in front of you, and nice and tall. Okay, looking from sideways, what generally people tend to do here, guys, is it's not a movement which just goes to the side like this. We want to stick our backside away from us and sit back into that heel. Make sure you push into the straight leg as well. Hands are straight in front of you, nice and tall, and to the other side. So again, I'm sitting back into it and back down. Now, those are kind of very basic fundamental movements that we do at AIM to kind of free our hip up essentially. They're part of like strengthening tool as well, okay? But this is a general start. This is how we get people to start, and we've seen massive results with this, and I hope it helps you. Good luck.